You know, when you think about the massive construction projects, the big rigs on the highway, all that stuff that literally builds our world, well, that's heavy logistics. It's an industry that's always been about raw power and tradition. But things are about to change in a big way. And today, we're going to take a look at what that digital upgrade actually looks like.
And this quote right here, it really says it all. For decades, this whole industry has run on old-school methods, but now the door is finally swinging open for some serious innovation. We're about to explore what happens when you find a smarter way to manage the very machines that build our world.
So you might be asking, why now? Why is this change so important? Well, to get that, we need to look at the challenges that have been holding heavy logistics back for so long.
Okay, so for businesses, the old way often meant you were basically shackled to your current suppliers. You had limited options, the pricing was murky. Finding the right truck could mean making dozens of phone calls, waiting around, and just dealing with a ton of uncertainty. It's a system that is seriously overdue for an upgrade.
And this right here is key. We're not just talking about moving some boxes or a bit of dirt. This is the fundamental infrastructure of our economy. It's like the arteries of the world. So when you make this more efficient, you're not just saving one company some money. You're helping build the entire world faster, better, and more affordably. The stakes? Yeah, they're incredibly high.
So the problem is pretty clear, right? Now let's get to the solution. A company called MyTruck is stepping into the ring, ready to bring this legacy industry right into the digital age. Their whole mission boils down to these three words: smart, digital, and seamless. What does that really mean? It means you're replacing those endless phone calls with a simple tap on a screen. You're replacing guesswork with real hard data. And you're instantly connecting the people who need equipment with the people who have it.
To really get a feel for how this works, let's put ourselves in the shoes of a business owner. Let's say you need to hire a truck for a job, right now. The whole thing starts with beautiful simplicity. Instead of flipping through confusing old catalogs, you just get this clear visual menu. You need a flatbed? Boom, you tap the icon. It just gets rid of any confusion and saves you critical time right from the very start.
So next up, you just type in where you're starting and where you're going. In this example, it's a quick trip from Ashkelon to Ashdod. You add any notes you need, and then you get to the best part.
And boom, just like that, there's your price. No waiting around for someone to call you back with the quote, no awkward back and forth negotiations. The app's algorithm figures out the cost instantly. That kind of transparency, it is a total game changer in this business.
And that's the bottom line, isn't it? Clarity. For this specific job, the price is 1,600 shekels. You know the exact cost right up front. That means you can budget perfectly and make a decision on the spot.
As soon as you hit confirm and handle the payment, you're not left wondering what's happening. You get an immediate notification, the order is in, and the driver is on their way. That gives you some serious peace of mind and lets you get back to focusing on the million other things you have to do for your project.
Okay, so that's one side of the coin. But what about the folks who actually own the trucks and the heavy equipment? For them, MyTruck offers something completely different, but just as powerful.
This is all about flexibility and control. A provider can just open up their app and with a single tap, mark their vehicle as available when they're free, or switch it to busy when they're on another job. They are in the driver's seat, literally and figuratively.
And here's the magic for the providers. You see, every single hour a truck just sits idle in a yard, that's lost money. It's just wasted potential. MyTruck is designed specifically to fill those empty slots in the schedule, turning what used to be dead time directly into cash.
So, when a new job order pops up that matches their location and their equipment, like that trip from Ashkelon to Ashdod we just saw, the provider gets an instant alert. Instead of having to hunt for work, the work now comes directly to them.
They tap that notification, and everything they need to know is laid out right there. The date, the time, the route, and, most importantly, exactly how much they're going to make. There are no surprises, so they can look at the offer and decide if it's right for them.
And if the job looks good, well, it's just one more tap. That's it. The job is confirmed, it's theirs, and it's automatically added to their work schedule. It's really that simple, that efficient, and that profitable.
So we've seen how MyTruck makes life easier for both customers and providers. But what's next? What does the future hold for the company and really for the whole industry?
You know, MyTruck isn't just some idea on a whiteboard, it's already happening. They've had successful market validation and they're launching first in Israel. From there, they have a really clear roadmap for global expansion. And a key part of that plan? finding the right strategic partners to help supercharge that growth.
And this really brings us full circle. The vision here, it's not just about creating a handy app. It's about fundamentally redesigning an entire industry. It's about using technology to make this incredibly powerful, complex system just work better for everyone.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. In an industry as absolutely essential as heavy logistics, a shift towards smarter, more connected ways of working feels, well, it feels inevitable. The only real question is, who's going to be there to build it?